Hello, this is Alex from the National Weather Service in Pocatello with your Southeast Idaho weather hazard briefing for Monday, July 1st, 2019. The main impacts for the week, we're going to be continuing in this southwest flow regime through midweek, and embedded within that southwest flow will be small disturbances, such as the one moving through the region this morning, and that's produced some shower and thunderstorm activity all night across the Arco Desert and Upper Snake Highlands. Now that activity is forecast to weaken just after sunrise, but we do think there'll be a renewed chance for shower and thunderstorm activity, mostly across the mountains this afternoon and evening, as well as Tuesday and Wednesday afternoon and evening, with the biggest chances expected Tuesday. Can't rule out an isolated shower or storm across the Snake Plain either, although the odds for seeing that activity across the Snake Plain are lower than across the mountains. Of course, a lot of attention on July 4th due to the planned outdoor activities across the area. And unfortunately, it does look like that's the best chance, at least at this point, for shower and thunderstorm activity, in the mainly in the afternoon and early evening, as a frontal boundary is forecast across the area on the 4th. And by the time we get into next weekend, we're expecting mainly dry and the warmest weather of the summer so far, potentially hitting 90 for the first time across southern and eastern Idaho. Taking a look at the planning timeline again, perhaps the most impactful day in terms of shower and thunderstorm activity, looking like July 4th. We have, I would say, medium confidence in the details at this point, as there are some timing, location details yet to be ironed out. So certainly check back over the next couple of days as we become more confident in the forecasted impacts at this time, though it does look like still the higher terrain areas are favored, but we could certainly see some shower and thunderstorm activity across the Snake Plain as well. We'll talk a little bit more about that in the coming slides. Let's take a look at the water vapor satellite imagery for this morning. And once it loads, we'll see that there is a couple of areas of low pressure, one across Washington State, and there's another one here just off the Oregon coast. These are going to sort of merge together and move across our area on July 4th. You can see a lot of dry air just off the coast of California. Expect that to be moving through the region by next weekend. But first we have to contend with this area of low pressure just off the Pacific coast. Once that moves off to our east on Friday, the expectation is for that drier air to move in. First, let's look at some precipitation chances for the afternoon and the evening, as that's when the fireworks festivities are planned across the area. Again, looking at today, precipitation chances pretty low. They're highest, as we mentioned, in the higher terrain areas, with the highest chances this evening. Let's move forward to Tuesday now. This is when, at least in the early part of the week, we expect the highest chances for shower and thunderstorm activity. Really pretty minimal, except up along the Montana border. Going into Wednesday, we see a little bit of an uptick in the shower and thunderstorm potential. And continuing on now to the 4th of July, that's a look at the afternoon shower and thunderstorm chances. The darker the green, the better the chances for shower and thunderstorm activity. Notice chances are much higher as you get into Montana and Wyoming. So here's a look at our current forecast. And you can see the kind of the eastern edge of the Snake Plain, southeastern Highlands, Montana border area has the best odds right now of seeing shower thunderstorm activity. But again, we'll continue to monitor that. In terms of wind speeds on Thursday, so many of you have thresholds for fireworks. This is what we're looking at, with the strongest winds across the Arco Desert during the afternoon and evening. These are the sustained winds, and the arrows indicate the direction that the wind is forecast to come from, so mostly west and southwest winds. Sustained in the 15 to 20 mile per hour range in these sort of blue colors here, and getting close to that across the interstate corridor for Pocatello and Idaho Falls. And now look at the forecast wind gusts for Thursday afternoon and evening, getting into the 20 to 25 mile per hour range. Again, mostly across the Arco Desert, but we do see Pocatello and Idaho Falls forecast to see occasional wind gusts, maybe around 20 miles per hour during the late afternoon and evening. And of course, these wind gusts do not include the potential of thunderstorm outflow winds, at least not at this time. Let's take a look at the high temperature forecast for the 4th of July. Fairly typical for this time of year, maybe just a bit below average, rather, with the anticipated cloud cover. And we do, as we mentioned, start to see a warm up for the weekend with high temperatures forecast around 90 across the eastern Magic Valley, which once again would be the first 90-degree readings of the summer so far. And wanted to show you a minimum relative humidity forecast. The lowest humidity is expected for today, and as you can see, we do see some 15% readings across the Arco Desert forecast for this afternoon and evening, and also down near the Utah border as well. That'll conclude the briefing for today. If you have any comments, questions, or feedback, we'll welcome those to the phone number or email address you see there. Thank you.